when we were covering the Lemuel Penn murder trial up in Danielsville, Georgia. Lemuel Penn was a black colonel in the National Guard, and he had been retraining for something at Fort Benning, Georgia, and he was from Washington. And he and two other black officers were driving back to Washington, but they were going through back roads, because there was so much incredible violence going on all around the South, and so they were taking the back road, and a car came along and pulled next to them, and there was gunfire, and half of Lemuel Penn's head was blown off.
If you would like to know more about the case of Lieutenant Colonel Lemuel Penn, please keep watching.
You are watching Roll a Mile in My Shoes TV.
Lieutenant Colonel Lemuel Augustus Penn was born September 19, 1915 in Washington, D.C. He is a member of the United States Army. He was buried at Arlington National Cemetery. His years of service were from 1942 to 1964, when he was shot and killed. On July 2nd, 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson would sign the historical 1964 Civil Rights Act, and 9 days later, Lieutenant Colonel Lemuel Penn would be dead. On July 11th, 1964, Lemuel Penn and two friends, all World War II veterans, wrapped up their Army Reserve camp at Fort Benning and decided to drive all night back to their homes in Washington, D.C., outside of Athens. Penn was an assistant superintendent in the Washington school districts, and he had 3 young children and had just taken over the driving duties when a station wagon began tailing them. Penn then pulled up next to the car as it crossed the Board River Bridge, separating Madison and Elberton County. As Penn pulled alongside the station wagon, a shooter fired 2 shots from the car, killing 48-year-old Penn instantly. FBI agents investigated the case for weeks, and state prosecutors sought charges of first-degree murder against Cecil Myers and Joseph Howard Sims, 2 of the 3 local white men who were in the car. After a state trial, an all-white jury acquitted the 2 men. As I dug deeper into this case, it seems that Sims and Myers, 2 of the 3 local white men that shot Lieutenant Colonel Penn, were Ku Klux Klansmen, and I'm pretty sure the all-white jury that was a part of the trial for Sims and Meyer, who acquitted them, were also a part of the KKK. But if not, it had to be seen as just another black man being killed by 2 white men, even though this man, Lieutenant Colonel Penn, was a lieutenant at the time. This didn't matter because, like I said, he probably was seen as just another black man who was being killed by 2 innocent, as they saw it, white men. Federal prosecutors then brought charges of conspiracy to threaten another person's civil rights against Myers and Sims. And the other local men, which were Klansmen, were all declared innocent, but Myers and Sims were sentenced to 10 years in prison for conspiracy charges, but not for murder, which is really messed up because, I mean, the man, Lieutenant Colonel Penn, is dead, of course. That's why you all are on trial right now, even though they were charged with conspiracy, but they weren't charged with murder. And this, in my opinion, is really like jacked up because, I mean, if the man wasn't dead, they wouldn't be on trial. But, you know, that's just my opinion, but, you know, that's how things went back then, I guess.